So the Indiana Fever obviously have Stephanie White as their new head coach coming into the season, which is huge. Which it's honestly, that is a really, really big thing if you are a fan of the Fever, if you're a fan of the WNBA. Because, look, the better the Fever are, the more the league grows, the better it's going to be in general for the WNBA. So if you guys are hyped about that, then cool. If you guys aren't, then yeah, look, it is what it is. If you want the Fever to go and you want the WNBA back to, well, having a couple of hundred people watching games at times, then be my guest. But as you guys can see right here, the Indiana Fever have hired Stephanie White, and there is going to be a press conference at 3 p.m. Eastern time, which is like 2.5 hours from the time this video is going to be uploaded, which is going to be an interesting one. So anyway, we are going to be talking a little bit about this right now. We're going to be talking about the what we could potentially be seeing from the Indiana Fever and what we probably want to hear from Stephanie White, who is obviously a pretty big signing. Like she is the biggest hire, even if she's not the best coach in the world. She's still, without question, the biggest signing and the biggest hiring of the season. So anyway, yeah, what I hope to hear is, well, one, that they want to keep Kelsey Mitchell. That's kind of the first thing I really want to hear. I want to hear Kelsey Mitchell mentioned, because at the end of the day, like, you have to keep your star players there. And look, no one's signing a long-term deal. They are not finding a better shooting guard than Kelsey Mitchell. They are simply put, that is not happening. There is a 0, and I mean 0% chance that there is a better player than Kelsey Mitchell that is going to be on the free agency market. Unless Kelsey Plum wants to join, Kelsey Plum is not going to the Indiana Fever. Simple as that. Kelsey Plum will not be playing for the Fever. So at the end of the day, I think this is like a must keep is Kelsey Mitchell. And just even like, you're obviously not going to say him, but just a mention of Kelsey Mitchell. A mention of Kelsey Mitchell would be absolutely fantastic. Also, I wouldn't mind, obviously, you're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark. It's a given. I wouldn't mind talking about a little bit about Aaliyah Boston as well, because Aaliyah Boston is super, super important for the Indiana Fever. And without Aaliyah Boston, like, the fact is the future involves both of them. The future involves Caitlin Clark and the future involves Aaliyah Boston. Obviously, Caitlin Clark is more important for that future than Aaliyah. It's a lot easier to replace Caitlin Clark than it is to replace Aaliyah Boston, but at the same time, having both of them helps a lot, an awful lot. And you can see, will they let... Oh, is this the... who's that person? Is this the Hart person? I have no idea. But she's got 60% of my support, not like she needs it. Roll out the red carpet. And I don't want to hear her do is do what Christy Sides did and insult Caitlin Clark in her first press conference. I don't want to hear, we don't like the shots that she takes. We don't, the way she played in college, yeah, we don't like that. We don't like those shots, like those low percentage shots. We want her shooting like some more, we want her shooting more long twos and making quicker decisions. Like, yeah, we don't like her game. Like, as long as we don't get a Christy Sides opening press conference, like stop shooting threes press conference, like that is the biggest thing for me, is that Stephanie White, there is absolutely no way that Stephanie White gives as bad a showing of herself in an early press conference as Christy Sides did. Christy Sides basically said, everything you guys like about Caitlin Clark, yeah, we don't like that and we're going to try to change her. Like, there's just no way. There is no way. She obviously has to mention Caitlin. But what I really do hope is there is a little bit more focus on defense, and not just Christy Sides saying we need to hold the other team under X amount of points, which is like the dumbest thing in the world. Like, yeah, no shit. If you score more points than the other team, you're going to win. The problem with Christy Sides was the how. She left other teams wide open and prayed they missed. Like, that was her defensive philosophy. Her defensive philosophy was stop the other team from scoring. How are we going to do that? I don't care. Stop them. Whereas at least Stephanie White, just something like, I want to hear something along the lines of, we need to improve our team defense. We need to have better rotations. We need to communicate better on defense. And I want to instill a good team defensive system. Not, we want to concede less than X amount of points. I'm like, well, obviously, but like, if you don't know how, Christy, like, just as long as she's not Christy Sides, like, simply put, as long as she's not Christy Sides, I'm happy. Like, a lot of people are there like, Indiana Fever fans are expecting something crazy out of Stephanie White. Some of them definitely are. For me personally, I didn't think, like, Stephanie White was a decent hire. I still think she was a decent hire. I don't think she's that much better of a hire than Kurt Miller would have been. I don't think she's that much better hire than, was it Jenny Bouchek, who was with the Pacers, would have been. There are a lot of good hires. There are a lot of good hires, potential hires there. The problem is that while there are a lot of good potential hires, there were, like, Stephanie White only being one of them. She wasn't the outstanding hire. She wasn't this, like, guaranteed home run, win them a title coach. But she's better than Christy Sides. Like, let's not get it twisted here. She's not Christy Sides. Like, that's the most important thing for me, is that she's not Christy Sides. Of all the things, that is the most important thing. Like, people that did not watch the Fever from start to finish last season, and they just saw the team go on a bit of a run. That team went on a run coaching themselves. Like, you guys do not understand. Yes, there were parts of coaching that Christy Sides was good at. There were every other part of coaching, Christy Sides was so bad. She was so bad. Like, we will never see anything like Christy Sides. And if the Atlanta Dream hire Christy Sides, like, I'm sorry, Ryan Howard, I'd request a trade straight away, because, you know, you shoot a bit too many threes, so you're going to be a post up big soon enough. You know, you're 6'2". Go get some paint touches. Ryan Howard. Give the ball into the post. Like, that's your job now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, the press conference is going to be today, and it's going to be interesting. And look, as long as she doesn't say, I'm trying to change Caitlin Clark, then we're good. As long as she doesn't go out there and basically say, yeah, Caitlin, everything you do is wrong. We're going to teach you how to play basketball, like Christy Sides basically said. Like, anything other than that, we're happy. Like, you don't have a high bar to, you don't have a high, like, bar to be better than. Like, the bar's low. The bar's set low. If she comes in and says 2 words and just says, I'm back, and walks out, you know what? We'll take that. We will take an introductory press conference that lasts 2 words over a Christy Sides press conference. But anyway, see you guys.